Right, here we go again. Episode 52nd one.
In recording now. Yes, okay.
Are
so
you
that's
tense
my
then?
I am tense. No, I'm not tense. I'm actually genuinely excited. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I would put it that way. Just a kind of like a tingly nerves. That's what I have, what I feel. How about you?
We've been doing this such a long time now. I just don't give a fuck anymore.
But you see, this is doing the main show again. So I'm a little bit like, it's the main show. It's like, get on stage, put on your...
This is the one that people actually listen to.
Yeah. Put on your, suck in your tummy underwear and get all...
Suck in your tummy underwear?
You know,
don't you have a button at the front of your shirt that goes between your legs and you... Like a baby grow.
That's a deep cut for anyone who listened to our whatever episodes and deep cut and mini bits between seasons. No, I've got man spanks. That's what I have. Man spanks. And I wear it just for when we do the main show. That's it.
Oh my God.
The best bits.
I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
You are stupid, you have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.
Don't call me stupid.
Hello, and welcome to The Best Bits,
Best bits.
a movie podcast where we pick our favourite scenes from randomly selected, weirdly specific themes. This is your co-host, Will. This is my first time saying this. I'm always saying this right. A writer of 3 films plus a Star Wars? Is that what we're supposed to say?
Nobody cares.
I care.
Introduce me.
And I'm joined once again by my co-host, and let's see what this is. Writer of
Don't
1 and a
do
bit
it.
films, 3 and a bit episodes of
Don't
TV.
Punch down with your lightsaber. Yes.
Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Well. Fancy seeing you here.
Yes. This is, I've been waiting for you to show up on mic every week for the last 6 months, and where have you been?
I've been all over the internet voting Screechers Reach 1 star on all the apps. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Letterboxd, everything.
So you're the prick who's dragging our averages down all across those metric sites. Damn you to hell.
Everyone needs a hobby. That's mine.
ruining my average rating.
Well, we're back and we're doing showdowns, and the last episode that we did was plot twists, and we said on plot twists that we were taking a little break because, well, you had the baby that came along, and we'd thrown the order out of whack because we did 2 Star Trek episodes. So this episode that we're doing right now was voted for by our Patreon listeners as intended to be our 50th episode, but it's now our 51st episode, and it's Showdowns, and it just slightly nudged out Best Villain Scene, which would have been a great one to do.
Honestly, either of those topics would have been fantastic, and hopefully someday in the future we will get the chance to do Best Villain Scene.
Well, the intention is to try and get to 100, so we've only got 49 more to go.
Oh, 41. I think we'll squeeze it in there someplace. I'm sure some Patreons will force us to do it at some stage.
We're going to get to like episode 77, and it's going to be like Best Costume Scene, Best Hairstyle Scene.
Do you know what? This is the thing. There's sometimes you get these
Best
weird esoteric...
painted backdrop scene.
The weird esoteric topics were the ones that gave us the most laugh. Like who would have thought that best Tom Cruise running scene would actually have turned out to be good, to be good crack, and it turned out to be a lot of people's favorite episode.
No, my favorite one was the really random one, which was the breaking the fourth wall, and what was the other one? It was like a double header episode.
Oh, breaking the fourth wall. Oh yeah, I read that one. Was it Dream Scene? It wasn't Dream Scene. No, it was.
Wasn't.
Oh, it was a. There was two.
He
We did
doesn't
two
remember
episodes.
anything.
It was two topics. I edited that episode.
I know you did.
Oh fuck!
Fair
what was
play
it?
to you. You finally did something. No, we're doing showdowns. Anyway, that episode, whatever it was, I think it was like 46 or something. I love that episode.
Yes,
It was breaking the fourth wall and
movies within movies.
movies within movies. That's right.
Yeah, that was a great episode. It really was. Again, weird topics, but turned out to be great.
But this is a great topic.
Yes.
Listen, I have a question for you, and I always tend to throw questions at you when you're the one that has been doing the research.
Right.
So, showdowns, can they only come at the end of a movie?
No, sorry, I just took a drink while you asked me that. No, honest to God, no, I don't think they generally work best if they come at the end of a film, because showdown scenes are generally the culmination of a lot of anticipation, tension, and build up.
Face off.
They're the climax. They're the ultimate climax or catharsis and resolution of a film. So that is usually best achieved at the end of a film.
Smile, you son of a bitch moments.
Kind of like that. But that's not to say they necessarily have to come at that moment. You can have odd little showdown scenes early at any stage in the film. But I'm just the most iconic ones.
I've got one for you.
Well, let's get the ball rolling. Start it. Tell me, what's your middle of the scene? Let's do it. Let's get it going. Let's just fucking throw protocol out the window. Just fucking throw me one. Come on, give it to me.
So my pick for best showdown is, this is a showdown which comes in the very early, I would say, 15 minutes of a film.
Okay.
And it's a John Carpenter film.
Okay. I'm wondering, have I seen it?
You have seen it, definitely.
Okay, go on. Is it They Live?
No. Although that could count, but that came up in fight scenes, the one that I edited. This one we've not talked about before, and I thought, so all my picks I've not talked about before, but this is one of my favourite films, and it's a big, massive melee that happens in an alleyway when Kurt Russell pulls his truck in, and suddenly the three storms show up, and these two different factions, one in yellow, one in red, start baiting shite out of each other.
Who's that?
And the guys are flipping all over the place, and they're shooting lightning, and they're blowing wind, and they're spinning their little chopsticks, and it's class.
It's amazing. And do you know what I actually love about that one? Is it feels that Kurt Russell's character has wandered in to the showdown climax of some other movie.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. He's just wandered in and right into the middle of a huge epic climax of some other.
So maybe that's a
movie.
show-stopping scene and not a showdown scene.
It's definitely a showdown between two rivals. It's definitely.
And I'm just trying to come up with some sort of funny wordplay.
You're trying to say no. It's a fucking showdown scene. That's cool. I love that scene. Absolutely adores.
Right, that's one of mine done. Tick.
Oh, okay.
Over to you.
Well, okay, right. So I'm actually going to try. I was trying to actually do my usual breakdown of like what makes a good showdown scene, right? And I've kind of like. I can already hear Kevin going, oh no, here we go. I have to learn.
Uniform on, tight. I'm sitting in the class and I'm thinking, fuck, summer's over. This is shite.
I hate learning. I hate learning.
I hate talking about fucking writing.
But Kevin, one of the essential elements of any good showdown scene is if there has been an appropriate amount of tension or anticipation built up throughout the course of the film. Right? So
it's the pop shot.
It's the what shot?
The pop shot.
What's the pop shot?
Google it.
I don't know what the pop shot is. This is going to lead me into some sort of. Is this the time to drop that Pornhub thing that you do? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I've never heard of that. What are you talking about? Get Karen to look it up. After, actually, when you come off mic, say,
Right.
Kevin said that showdowns are like the pop shot scenes.
Right. I'm going to look that up. But before I get there, right, my first pick is all basically a showdown that is at the end of an entire feature film of incredible anticipation and tension building up, right? And it is from a film from 1987, I think. And it is a film that I haven't brought up before. It's a film we've both seen.
Lethal Weapon.
No, it is but you're in the right kind of area. It's an Arnie movie.
Oh, that's my pick.
Is that your full-on pick?
That's
is that
my
your
full-on pick?
Oh,
Predator.
shit. Oh, shit.
In a part of the world where there are no rules,
We pick up their trail at the chopper, run them down, grab those hostages before anybody knows we were there. What do you mean we?
deep in the jungle, where nothing that lives is safe.
You lose it here, you're in a world of hurt. Showtime, kid. Knock, knock.
An elite rescue squad
You're bleeding, man. I ain't got time to bleed.
is being led by the ultimate warrior.
We need the best. That's why you're here.
But now,
What's got Billy so spooked?
there's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man. They're up against the ultimate enemy.
Holy Mother of God.
Nothing like it has ever been on Earth before.
She says the jungle just came alive and took him.
We cannot see it,
No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing.
but it sees the heat of our bodies and the heat of our fear.
Whatever it is out there, it killed Hopper. And now it wants us.
It kills for pleasure.
He was skinned alive.
It hunts for sport.
It's killing us one at a time.
We're all gonna die.
But this time, it's picked the wrong man to hunt.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's my actual pick for the end of the episode.
No. Oh,
You're
shit.
well, fuck it. Throw caution to the wind. Yeah, I think that is an incredible showdown. It's mano a mano, and it is a battle of wits. And what I like about it is that Arnie is clever in it, and there's no real sort of leaning on tropes. It's him it's him going full Rambo.
Absolutely. And what I love about it from the kind of like the build up of the tension is like throughout the
That's
film.
proof for everybody that's listening that we don't really prepare when we get on mic. We just wing it, and it's totally like
We don't know what each other's our picks are. That's as simple as that. We don't know what is it. But what I love about it is, look, in it, we have Arnie, who Dutch's and his team's group, and they show themselves to be exceptionally skilled, like, you know, elite Delta Force or whatever the fuck they are. And they are faced off against a Predator who is even more skilled and a deadly hunter. And as the film progresses, like the Predator effortlessly takes down Dutch's team, which increases the tension and it showcases his superior abilities. So basically we get this sense of dread, this terror. And 8 or 9-year-old me who watched that film for the first time was terrified, absolutely scared shitless by the by the Predator.
I don't understand you. You were such a little shrinking violet where everything would terrify you. I used to just get energized by horror films.
Well, we've gone through your origin story, Kevin. We know that weekend of
There's plenty more
horror,
to come.
horror marathon you were exposed to at the age of 5. So I'm sure that it
I
changed
just
your
love the thrill of the
calibration.
kill.
But again, as you were saying, with that particular showdown scene, it's fucking awesome because we have Dutch finally
I was
kind
gonna
of
pick it.
adopting, you know, a strategic approach to survive. He uses his knowledge of the jungle and he sets booby traps and he learns to camouflage himself. And ultimately, we get to see the Predator's true face and that awesome fucking line from Arnie.
Hello, pussy lips.
You one ugly motherfucker. I'll have to edit that in.
Lucky motherfucker.
So, so already we have fucking driven this train off the cliff. But we're we're in sync. We're in sync.
Yeah, I am going to have to move my alt up to my my final pick. Then I have another one.
Okay.
I suppose it'll be the next one you mentioned.
Hey, so hang on a second. So did you do one? Then I did one. Do you have another one? Do you want to give me another one now?
No, I've only got 4 that I
okay, I'll do another pick.
So I'll do another pick now. Sort of sit back and just like make little smart ass asides while you were trying to.
So have you been sitting there for the last 6 months just brushing up on all of your quips? What other ways can I throw Will off? It would be just.
I've just been sitting here like doing DJ mixes of you saying, "Would you let me fucking finish?"
I know I've heard them all. All right, but I want to move on to my next pick.
You play them in the car.
Oh, to my kids. Actually, it's Chloe's favorite tune to go to get her off to sleep at night.
Fuck off.
A little mix of "You're stupid cunt."
One of my favorite things about our podcast is that we get on mic to talk about the podcast.
Oh no! Is it narcissistic? Is that qualify as narcissism? I don't know. We're narcissistic about our own podcast.
We love ourselves.
We
love ourselves,
and it's completely unjustified.
We're septic.
it's completely unearned. We shouldn't be. It's just torture.
I wonder how they're getting on at the Cork Film Podcast Festival or whatever it is.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the invite. That we're not invited.
We should have a showdown with them. Let's go down to the Opera House and just like egg them.
All right, I'll bring you back on topic. Right. So the next, when I was sitting in my hub, when I was meditating on Showdown scenes, I was trying to figure out ways how can I qualify different picks. I was finding what I was doing was I was finding some of my favorite Showdown scenes and figuring out what makes this one interesting. And one of the things that I feel needs to work in a Showdown scene to make a Showdown scene work really well is we have to be emotionally invested in the characters, right? A real emotional investment in these characters. And if we are, then when a Showdown happens, we give a shit what fucking happens, whether they live or die. Of course, please.
I think that the opponents need to be equally matched at the least, or the antagonist needs to be overpowered.
Absolutely. You need to feel worry and fear that your hero will not come out, will not survive a particular showdown.
We talked about this, I think, on the Mission Impossible Fallout commentary that we did, but I brought up on that because it stood out to me as quite jarring of a choice for them to make. But it was when Tom Cruise is fighting the villain of the movie, Henry Cavill, and Henry Cavill is continually getting injured in the fight.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise isn't. And that to me is backwards. You want to have your hero like on the ropes, do the Rocky thing. But, Henry Cavill's getting he's getting his eye blown out and he's getting sprayed with hot oil and stuff. And it's all like, you are just weakening the villain.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's smart. You want to have your RoboCop guy where he's just fucking a wreck and he's dragging himself through the mud to keep going. That's when you are leaning forward and going like, come on, you can do it. Whereas when it's like Tom Cruise and he's just unstoppable, you just feel like, well, we're going through the motions here. It's just about how you're going to show us him offing the bad guy. But it's inevitable. It's going to go that way.
That's a great way of looking at it. Yeah, you need your hero protagonist to feel vulnerable. You need to feel their fragility and that they're mortal and they will not survive this particular showdown. And I have a slightly unusual pick for this subheading, and it's from True Grit, the Coen Brothers.
Which one?
The Coen Brothers remake of True Grit.
You got a lot of experience with bounty hunters, do you?
That is a silly question. I am 14.
You can run on for a long time.
Time for you to go home.
I don't like you.
I will not go back, not without Cheney, dead or alive.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Cheney's here! Help me, Marshal!
Now,
Now what, Cogburn?
Them boys don't think about the wrath that's about to set down on it. Jack and his gang a rough lot.
I do not regret shooting your father. I will kill this girl!
Biggest mistake you ever made.
Tell him that God's gonna cut you down.
Help me!
I can do nothing for you, son.
Very simply, it's about a young girl called Mattie Ross, played by Haley Steinfeld, who is seeking justice for her father's murder. And she employs Rooster Cogburn, played by an almost incomprehensible Jeff Bridges, to go out there as a marshal. Thanks. To go out there and track down the killer of her dad, Tom Chaney, played by Josh Brolin. She also has Matt Damon's character, LaBeouf, along. He's also after the same guy. But ultimately, the showdown scene there is incredibly poignant and touching for me, because it's like typical Coen Brothers stuff where they pull the rug out from underneath you. No, Kevin's sticking something on his face just to distract me even more.
No, I'm covering up my stern look of concentration with a smiley sticker on my forehead.
Oh, good. That's okay. No, it's actually relaxing me staring at that. I prefer that version of your face, Kevin. He's got a smiley face on his forehead, so that's what he is. But what happens is in the showdown scene there, first of all, Josh Brolin's Tom Chaney is kind of dealt with very, very quickly. Okay, and he's actually shot and blown away off the edge of a cliff. But the showdown happens when Rooster Cogburn faces off on horseback against 3 other thieves or bandits, and it's really fucking emotionally charging because Rooster is set up as this very fragile old man who's just about holding it together. And it's foreshadowed earlier in the film that, you know, he says, one of the best ways you can handle these sort of guys is if you just fucking run at them and take out both your guns and shoot them in the air, and they'll just run off scared. And this time he tries the same tactic. And Mattie Ross and Matt Damon are watching him from the bluff, and he charges down at them, and the 3 thieves charge back, and you feel he's going to die.
Farrell, I want you and your brother to stand clear. You as well, Doctor. Have no interest in you today.
What is your intention, Rooster? You think 1 on 4 is a dog fall?
I mean to kill you in 1 minute, Ned. Or see a hang at Fort Smith at Judge Parker's convenience. Which will you have?
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
Jeff Bridges' Rooster Cogburn calls their bluff. With the reins in his teeth, he draws his 2 revolvers. Shots are exchanged.
Shoot them, Mr. LaBeef.
Too far. Moving too fast.
Rooster clips 3 of them. Then Rooster's shot and he goes down. Rooster's trapped. And right now, you feel that's it for poor old Rooster. But up on the bluff is Matt Damon, and he's looking down the sights of his rifle.
Well, Rooster, I'm shot to pieces. Seems neither of us is to see Judge Parker.
And he steadies his breath, and he says, and it feels like that bullet is traveling forever.
Woohoo! Some bully shot!
great showdown. It's a great showdown because we really fear that our hero will die.
That's the crucial thing that you need. You need to feel like that your hero is risking everything in this moment and it's all or nothing. That's a great showdown to me. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it
it's
always
why superhero movies don't have any good showdowns.
Yeah, because you kind of go, well, they're invincible. They're fucking invincible. But in the case of True Grit, it's a very small, simple showdown scene, but it's incredibly effective.
You care about the character and you feel like you're watching their demise. And that is essential.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk back what I just said about superhero movies not having any good showdowns because I'm thinking now, there's that great one in Spider-Man 2 between Doc Ock and Spider-Man on the train.
Yeah. That comes up in the fucking... That's an excellent showdown scene. It really is.
It is. I love superhero movies.
I've turned around. I love them all. Give me more. Actually, fucking Hollywood should make more superhero movies. We don't have enough.
We don't.
Silence.
Keep them coming. More. So what we've been talking about is that you want to feel jeopardy for your protagonist, for your hero. You want to feel like that they're going into an impossible situation and they're going to get their ass handed to them. However, there's one that I loved and I've brought her up before and I just want to touch on it. We should actually just touch on a few of the ones that we've mentioned before.
Yeah, of course.
Aliens, of course.
Of course. That's
an incredible one.
We
don't even need to cut in that, but it's
exactly. And our patrons, I've got a list of stuff our patrons mentioned. Patrick McGinley, I think actually that was one of his picks as well. Of course, Aliens, absolutely, but I'm not going to mention it. As in, we're going to say, yeah, Aliens is a classic showdown fucking scene. Get away from her, you bitch. It's brilliant.
Titanic, when Leo is up against the Titanic.
I was like, why is this? Does this? Oh, you finally watched it, Kevin. Finally, you saw the epic showdown between Leonardo DiCaprio and that hunk of metal
in 14 parts. It was great.
Wonderful.
No, there's one that I mentioned before, and I think I should mention it now because I always get such a buzz off of it, even though I don't like the film. But it is like a 20-minute sequence, and it is when Neo is up against the Merovingian henchmen, and it's in the chateau, and they're just all going at him, and he's like, Jesus, he's just nothing, everything bounces off him. He cannot be hurt. So it flies in the face of everything I've been talking about.
Yeah.
But that's screenwriting for you. There's no fucking rules. Anything can work as long as it's effective.
Yeah, as long as it works within the context of its own story, it's fucking fine. Fuck the rules.
Do you know what? It doesn't work in the context of the movie because he's so overpowered that you just feel like you're watching cool fight choreography.
I've only ever seen the Matrix sequels once, all of them. I've seen the original Matrix
I've watched
multiple times.
The freeway sequence and the chateau fight multiple times since then.
Okay.
But I've never sat down and really watched the whole films again.
I think you could take the showdown scene between Matrix. I want to show the scene between Matrix.
What is Die Hard?
Matrix and the elf, what's his name? Rivendell. The elf Rivendell. That's a town in Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God.
There's a fight between Matrix and Lord of the Rings in the subway tracks.
To the bin.
But no, the fight between Neo and Agent Smith in the first Matrix is a fucking cool showdown scene. It really is. It's really effective as well. So that's another one as well. We brought it before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die, Mr. Anderson.
I can move us on to another little angle, right? Because I have another pick, and I was trying to find how can I talk about this one? Cool showdown scenes for me. Some showdown scenes can be fucking amazing, but if they are visually and auditorily impactful, the filmmaking, the cinematography, the sound design, the music design to enhance tension and excitement and the overall spectacle of a scene, right? And I have a showdown scene pick
All
in
the ones in
which,
Kill Bill are like that.
but wait, this one utilizes music. The showdown is happening.
You're not going to
over
call
music.
up my other pick. It's not going to be Whiplash, is it?
Oh, it's Whiplash. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
This place is nice.
I really like the music that they play. Bob Ellis on the drums. I'm part of Schaefer's Top Jazz Orchestra. It's the best music school in the country.
The key is to just relax. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about what the other guys are thinking. You're here for a reason. Have fun. 5, 6, and.
I want to be great.
And you're not.
We got Buddy Rich here. Little trouble there. You're rushing. Here we go. 5, 6, and. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
I don't know.
If you deliberately sabotage my band, I will gut you like a pig.
Oh, my dear God. Are you one of those single-tier people?
You are a worthless pansy ass who is now weeping and slobbering all over my drum set like a 9-year-old girl.
So how's it going with the studio band?
Good. Yeah, I think he likes me more now.
I push people beyond what's expected of them. I believe that is an absolute necessity.
I want to be one of the greats. And because I'm doing that, it's going to take up more of my time. And this is why I don't think that we should be together.
I would never let him put my son through hell. Why would you let him get away with what he did to you?
There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job.
I'm so sorry.
No, do you know what it is? I'm so basic. That's I had down here Predator, like Big Trouble, like Matrix, and like Whiplash.
Or tell me why Whiplash is one of you on your list as one of your picks.
Because I saw it in the cinema and I was not expecting it to be like a battle, a musical battle that took place, and it was between the forces of good and the forces of evil. Yeah. And it you really felt like if he lost this, it was going to break him. It was going to shatter him and destroy this kid who had so much talent and had put himself through hell dealing with a tyrannical teacher to do his art, to be creative. And I know that, and I'm curious to get your take on this, because I've got a few friends that would argue aggressively that the film's messaging is fucked because it's about abusing people to the point that they will rise above you, and that's how you will get perfection from them. You have to whip them because they'll plateau at a certain level. I don't see it as that. I just see it as more of an ambiguous ending. But that battle that takes place, I feel like that he vanquishes J.K. Simmons' character.
Mm-hmm.
And J.K. Simmons is such a sociopathic character. Such a... Which one is it? Is it a masochist or a sadomasochist?
No, a masochist. A sadomasochist is someone who kind of does it to themselves, I believe.
Hello, Will from the past. You are slightly correct, but also slightly incorrect. Sadomasochism is deriving sexual pleasure from infliction of physical or psychological pain on another person or on oneself. So there you go, Will from the past.
No, so I think he's a sadomasochist in that he takes pleasure out of being beaten. So that's what I think that Smiler's at the end, he's been beaten. Where some read it as though he got the best of him, that his methods were right, and that by brutalizing him,
right,
he got the best out of him. But I think it was the kid proving to him that he's just fundamentally better than him.
Exactly.
And that you cannot beat me.
Yeah.
You cannot beat me. You cannot break my spirit.
Yeah.
And, I just remember sitting in the cinema and it going on. I think it goes on for like about 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's over 10 minutes. That whole sequence. It's a whole act. It's a whole fucking act. And it's gripping.
The cinema was like it almost wanting to stand up and applaud at the end of the film. It felt to me the closest to like a Rocky fight at the end. I loved it.
Using music. a conductor versus
Why,
a drummer
what
in
the
a
fuck
band.
are you going to pick now as your best scene? Because you've just blown through two of the best ever.
I'm so sorry. I did not know. Genuinely, okay, we're just proving we don't look at each other's lists before we go into this. So we've never had such
I think we're proving
crossover.
many things right now.
But I agree with you. I can see, because I rewatched it for this. Not the whole film, but I rewatched the last. Because I've only rewatched the film last year on TikTok. Yes, of course, obviously, on the speakers with no microphone, with no headphones in, just like straight off the speakers.
Vertical video where it's just centered in the middle of it.
And
all the characters are on the side and you can't see them.
And I was playing Crossy Roads at the same time. It was just a little kind of
right, of course,
window sort of thing. I watched it and I could see how the people could make the argument that, hang on a second, actually, he just proved that, as you were saying, Terence Fletcher's J.K. Simmons' character was right to be so hard on him. But I read it in the way you read it, is that he soared above him. Yeah, he soared above him, and he proved to him that you damaged me, but you didn't break me, and you haven't shaken my love. And he soared beyond him. That's the thing, is like he excelled beyond J.K. Simmons' character.
He's going to stay a teacher, but Miles Teller's character is going to become a virtuoso.
Well, Simmons isn't even going to be a teacher anymore, because I'm not going to spoil. All I'm going to say is, for those of you who have not
the final frame of the
for those of you who have not seen Whiplash, it's a fucking gripping film. It's
his best film, Damien Chazelle's.
And I like his films. I do. I haven't seen Babylon, but I've liked all of his films. Aside from that, but yeah, this is my favorite.
That musical
one. La La Land. Yeah, that was sweet. I like that. But again, this film
sitting in the cinema
utilizes
watching that was like a showdown between me and the film.
But again, in Whiplash, it's the sound design, it's the use of music, it's the use of editing, it's the performances, the emotional intensity is utilized in a way to build the tension of the showdown. I can't describe it because you have to see it, you have to experience it for yourself. It is an incredible showdown scene. It is the perfect culmination for this battle between these two musical souls. And watch it, please. Go and watch this. Put it onto your watch list right now. So that's another one.
We'll cut in a clip.
Now we're going to slow it down a little bit. I'm guessing most of you folks have heard of it.
Cue you in. Caravan. 3, 4.
Kevin, will I steal your next pick?
No, you've gone through all of them. I have no more picks.
Oh, shit. Well, I give you
I'm
one
going
of
to say
mine.
Jaws. In the Jaws, when the shark is coming towards them, and he's like, "Smile, you son of a." I'm like, that's my favourite. Hang on, let me have a look at my DVDs here. Oh, there's one.
Right.
There's a really good one in a film from 2012.
Right.
2013,
okay.
It was released in the States. So that's the DVD.
Don't
the
say,
Blu-ray I have.
Does it end with Abbers and begin with G?
Gabbers. Yeah.
Oh, gra.
Yes, that's my pick. Actually, have you written any showdowns? Obviously, you have.
I have. Yes, I have written a showdown. Yeah, obviously. When you go into, when you think about Wolfwalkers as a showdown, I'm pretty sure there's a big showdown on that one.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Looking forward. I was gonna say, assume you haven't seen it yet.
Oh God.
So one of my picks is a film which is a formative film for me. I've brought it up before. I absolutely love it. And it was the most compelling showdown scene I had ever seen in my life. And it changed my life. It did change my life. And it is the showdown scene at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
I'm not spending too much time on it. I'm just saying that showdown scene has got emotional consequences. You know, the fate of the rebellion hangs in the balance as Vader is looking to turn Luke over to the dark side and bring him under the Emperor's control. And the outcome of the duel will impact the fate of the entire galaxy. I'm leaving it there. It's huge. It's big. It was everything to me when I was 8 years old. So that's all I'm saying.
Why didn't you write one into Screech's Reach? I found that very disappointing. As soon as it got going, it just ended. I thought, even fucking try. They did 12 minutes and thought, that'll do.
Should we leave
TikTok
it there?
brain. Nobody needs to watch a full movie.
We'll end it
there.
The rest of them know how it goes. You know how it'll finish.
No
you know yourself.
Showdown needed. You don't need a showdown anymore. You just need to up the titles. That's all you need. You can get the AI to do that.
Actually, the AI, I think the AI did an incredible job with the artwork on Screech's Reach.
They
were
did.
Amazing.
I thought so.
There's AI everywhere.
Podbot, are you going to tolerate that?
Films are shit.
Showdown scenes can also be subversive, right? They can surprise us and they can have innovation, right? And memorable showdown scenes can stand out by incorporating unexpected twists, breaking conventions, subverting expectations, and they can add an extra layer of excitement to make the scenes more memorable. And there's one film that subverts what you expect from a showdown scene, and it comes from another Coen Brothers film. And it's the one in No Country for Old Men.
Let me ask you something. What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything. Just call it friendo.
Willin, what's in the satchel?
It's full of money.
He's just a guy who happened to find that money.
I got a bad feeling, Llewellyn.
It's a mess, ain't it, Sheriff?
If it ain't, it'll do till the mess gets here.
I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss.
You go up to his trailer?
Yes.
Do you want to leave a message?
Yes.
If I don't come back, you tell Mother I love her.
Your mother's dead.
Well, then I'll tell her myself.
Got a loose cannon here.
You think this boy Moss has got any notion of the sorts that are hunting him?
I don't know, he ought to. He's seen the same things I've seen, and it certainly made an impression on me.
My dad was raging when he saw that. He said, they cut out a reel from the... Did you see that?
Yeah.
They skipped. And I said, Dad, shut up.
I can understand that. That's the kind of brilliance of that decision. Like
that was directly taken from the book as well, though.
But it's the sort of thing that the Coens do. You know, it just matched their fucking sensibility. Like, so basically the climax takes place in a hotel room where Josh Brolin's character, Llewellyn Moss, anticipates a confrontation with Anton Chigurh. What's the name of the actor who plays him?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Thanks. It's not Joaquin Phoenix.
Javier
Bardem. However, the film surprises us by denying us the expected showdown. We don't see it. Chigurh arrives, he kills Moss off screen, and quietly
Spoiler.
leaves. Yeah, well, listen, leaving the audience and us, like you're leaving us shocked and questioning their assumptions.
Hey, Mr. Sporting Goods.
Hey, yourself.
You sport.
Yeah, it's me.
I got beers in my room.
Oh, I'm waiting on my wife.
Oh, that's who you keep looking out the window for.
Half.
What else then?
Just looking for what's coming.
Yeah, but no one ever sees that. Beer. That's what's coming. I'll bring the ice chest out here. You can stay married.
Oh, man, I know what beer leads to.
Bear leads to more bear.
Call the police. Llámate la policía. Local law enforcement.
It's quite a devastating ending because then you're left with Tommy Lee Jones where he just feels like no matter how much effort you put into making sense of the world or putting right what goes wrong, you can't.
Yeah.
And it all just feels futile. He just
Yes.
feels like an old man.
The whole film has been kind of taking the elements that we've already discussed, like anticipation and build-up, the investment in characters. We have seen the cat and mouse chase between Josh Brolin's character and Anton Chigurh, and really siding with Josh Brolin's character so that he can fucking survive and get away because he's a decent soul. And you know he's
a thief.
He's opportunistic. That's what he is. And I think he actually wants to go back and give the money back. But he's also resourceful. We side with Josh Brolin. And that kind of lack of closure.
The brutality when Kelly MacDonald then gets killed.
That's horrific. And I was hoping that she doesn't get killed. But you were totally right about the Tommy Lee Jones ending. It kind of adds to the overall sense of existentialism and a sense of chaos in the world. And it really challenges our expectations and leaves us with a sense of unease and contemplation. And I think it's a fucking brilliant decision not to give us the showdown. I definitely left with a kind of a want in me, you know? That's what my mother said to me when she took me into doctors.
There's a want in you.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think you took it the way that she meant it.
Well, I'm here. He's got a bit of a want in him.
He's got notions. While you're saying all that and you're talking about subversion, there's one that has come to me that I think I should mention.
Right.
But it's not film. It's television.
Oh, right. Spill it.
It's Joe Barton's dazzling subversion of a showdown that happens in Giri Haji. Where the characters come together for a rooftop showdown And instead of violence, they have this stylized, tragic dance that's quite heightened. And it's very moving. And I remember at the time, it just totally caught me off guard. And I thought, you can do that? They let him do that? And it was mesmerizing. And I think for anyone who was watching that show, which is, it's cops and robbers essentially, and for it to take that turn where it becomes symbolic about the interconnectiveness of these characters, where one will try to pull away and the other one pull them back, and other characters are stepping in and getting in between them, and it was really just like beautiful and heightened. That's a great one. Also, Game of Thrones had so many fantastic showdowns.
Ah, God, yeah. Oh, it tries to.
Do you remember when the Hound and what's her face, Brienne of Tarth had that incredible battle?
We brought that up. I'm pretty sure we brought that up somewhere, and I remember editing that clip in somewhere back in the day. It wasn't fight scenes because you used that one.
Tom Cruise run. Yeah,
that's where it came up. But yeah, that's fucking powerful. That one, that scene. I went back and revisited that scene. It was just so fucking powerful. Where they both wanted the best for this young girl, but they were kind of duty bound and protocol.
And there was a misunderstanding there where they would have been on the same side if things had slightly gone a different direction for them.
And we cared about both characters.
I remember sitting there watching it thinking, I don't want anyone to win this fight. I don't want one of them to lose, because the brutality of that show, it felt like we were going to lose one of my favorite characters. So it felt like a lose-lose situation, which is what you want. It's like great drama.
100%, yeah. And the emotional charge that you have going into it it's just like, please don't hurt each other. Please just walk away. And the show itself had set a precedent for killing off characters you care about.
Come with me, Arya. I'll take you to safety.
Safety? Where the fuck's that? Her auntie Neary's dead. Her mother's dead. Her father's dead. Her brother's dead. Winterfell's a pile of rubble. There's no safety, you dumb bitch. You don't know that by now. You're the wrong one to watch over her.
And that's what you're doing? Watching over her?
Aye, that's what I'm doing.
Monster movies have tons of showdowns, because you've got to defeat the monster at the end. Like when Fay Ray threw the chimp off the Empire State Building.
Chimp. She threw him off it.
He's a chimp and he had no tail. Monkeys have tails, so he wasn't a monkey. And showdowns don't have to be fights. They're not the same thing. Because one of my favorite showdowns was in, from the time that this film came out, I've always gotten stick for liking it. And God knows that if I went back and watched it now, I might have a sense of revulsion to it. But My Best Friend's Wedding, when Julia Roberts finally has that showdown with, I think it's Dermot, is it Dermot Marie or Dylan McDermott? It's one of those guys.
Yeah.
And confesses that she loves him and that he needs to call off the wedding, that he is her one, not Cameron Diaz. And he says, no, that might be your reality, but it's not my reality. That's a showdown. And that's a devastating showdown because you're invested in the outcome of what happens there. Mm-hmm. And the character doesn't get the outcome that she wants, but it's the outcome that is the right one.
Got a minute?
What's up?
I have to say this quick, or I'm just gonna have this massive coronary, and then you'll never hear it, and you have to. This is by far the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So dumb, in fact, that I can't. Oh, but I'm gonna.
Sure.
Michael, I love you. I've loved you for 9 years. I've just been too arrogant and scared to realize it. And, well, now I'm just scared. So I realize this comes at a very inopportune time, but I really have this gigantic favor to ask of you. Choose me. Marry me. Let me make you happy. That sounds like 3 favors, doesn't it?
And it leaves you with a very sort of melancholic, but almost she's evolved as a character.
You could go back and look at that film with a totally different lens and put on some sinister, freaky,
Like
single
Pretty
white
Woman.
female, single white female vibes on that film, and she becomes a different personality. If you kind of look at the shit she's up to, she's pretty.
She does.
fucking-
She's doing some despicable things, but the thing is that you relate to her because she's desperately sad and vulnerable. So she's motivated through her vulnerabilities. There's another one which is quite subversive, and I'm surprising myself now by remembering these. But it's another film that I absolutely love, and it's a showdown that implodes, and it happens in young adult, and it's when Patton Oswalt basically demolishes Charlize Theron's ego and her narcissism, and she's right at the point of breaking through to a sort of a higher sense of enlightenment and becoming a much better person. Again, she's somebody that has sort of her fears and vulnerabilities have metastasized, and she's quite a nasty person.
Mm-hmm.
And then this side character comes along and just confirms all of her worst impulses and tells her in so many words that you don't need to evolve. What are you talking about? They're assholes. They're just saying that to bring you down, and you are actually my hero. I look up to you. I think you are fantastic. And you see all of the doors shut, and this sad character just being born in that moment, and it's played for humor, and it's quite ironic, but it is a tragedy.
You weren't there. We made out. It was intense and passionate. Gave me his sweatshirt.
Yes, I noticed. They probably noticed in space. And FYI, you look completely insane wearing it. Look, I don't know what Buddy's doing with you or what you think he's doing with you, but you need to move on.
You want to talk. All you care about is some scuffle that happened 20 years ago. You lean on that crutch and you lean on excuses, and you and I both know you use this whole thing as an excuse to do absolutely nothing with your life.
Scuffle. You don't know shit about what happened to me. Okay, those jocks you used to blow during lunch, they shattered my legs, bashed in my brains, mangled my cock so that I have to piss and come sideways for the rest of my life. Then they left me for dead. You know, things aren't too great down south. I can barely get off by myself, let alone with another person.
You know, what's done is done. Can't keep dwelling on the past, Matt.
Are you fucking kidding? You talk about dwelling in the past. Here you are, back in Mercury, like a loser, trying to score with a happily married man.
But he's not happy, okay? So just stop saying that.
You're hardly the authority on happiness, Sylvia.
You know what, Matt? It really is a shame that you're like this, because you know what? If you had a good personality, none of this other stuff would bother people.
You know, why don't you use my crutch again as a metaphor? That was brilliant, all right? That was masterful. Or, save it for your little teenage stories, all right? Because God knows you don't know shit about being an adult.
And those are showdown scenes as well.
Yeah. I only saw that film once, but I was really impressed by that film. I thought it was a fucking brave film.
It's my favorite Jason Reitman film.
But yeah, it's a very good film. I don't think enough people have seen it, and it's well worth checking out. I agree with you. That's very good.
Thank you, Will.
I am going to get us back onto, unless you've got other ones, I'm going to get us back onto the basic train, right? I'm going to put onto the basic train to go back to some of them classic showdowns.
Aaron wrote Aaron.
My second to last pick is basically a film which has got a great showdown scene, and all great showdown scenes have to culminate with some sort of catharsis. You need it. You need that sense of release after a showdown. It's what a lot of those. So yeah, there you go. Pop shots, whatever pop shot is. But you need that release. You need that sense of the payoff of the audience's emotional investment in a character and their journey. You need through a decisive victory, and
it's when Rocky defeats communism.
No, but you're not fucking far off. It's when Rocky goes the distance with Apollo Creed and Rocky. That's the fucking one I was thinking of.
They're leading him back over to his corner. Rocky can hardly find his way. His handlers come out and he's sitting down now.
Your nose is broke.
How's it look?
That's an improvement.
I want you to quit shucking and jiving. I want you to stick and move.
Go for the ribs. Don't let that bastard breathe.
The guy's great. He doesn't know it's a damn show. He thinks it's a damn fight. Finish this bum and let's go home. Stay to the body. And the referee steps in.
I love the fucking catharsis in that fucking film.
And he loses.
Well, it's kind of like he goes the distance. That's the fucking point.
That wasn't the... He ended up gaining so much by putting himself out there and proving to himself that he had what it took to be a contender.
It's like it's a resolution. It's a personal triumph and redemption. The fight represents Rocky's journey to prove his self-worth and the indomitable human spirit. Rocky's refusal to give up and his relentless determination resonates with me anyway, for certain. And it results in this cathartic release, which kind of only happens in the final few moments of that film. Like, on that last round, where it's definitely the least glossy of all the showdown battles in all the Rocky movies, but there's something very, very raw and emotionally powerful about that final showdown in that first Rocky movie. He's on the ropes. He's sitting down in his corner. Apollo Creed has got his ribs busted in the other corner. Rocky gets his eyes split open. And the two of them get out there and they fucking stagger around each other, knocking shit out of each other. Like, almost just... But there's this respect for one another. And when the bell rings, Rocky doesn't care what the outcome of the fight is. He
just cares about Adrian.
And my God, I get choked. I watched it today. I got so choked up of him calling for Adrian and her running through the fucking cheering crowd with her red beret which falls off, and Paulie's at the ropes trying to get in, and a police officer trying to pull him back. And
Paulie, who was abusing him.
Yeah, Paulie's a horrible piece of shit. But in this one moment, he redeems himself because he lifts the ropes, distracts the cops so Adrian can slip in, and they embrace. And my God, I had tears welling up in my eyes watching this film, which I know is a cliche, but it's a beautiful story of Rocky, who started off as a piece of shit. He was working for the mafia, working for the mob. He was worthless. Even Mickey as a coach wouldn't take him on. He had no sense of self.
Underdog story.
It's a perfect underdog. It's the ultimate underdog story. And that fucking showdown, it's such catharsis, in that final battle. I love it. I adore it. I think it's wonderful.
Right to the chin. Oh, he's got him up against the rope. Apollo, the champion.
Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Don't want one.
Here it's chaos. Rocky, you went the distance. You went the 15 rounds. How do you feel? All right, I'm fine. What are you thinking about when that buzzer sounds for that line? What do you think about when the 15th round when you're coming out?
Rocky.
Rocky.
Rocky. Come on, Wally.
Adrian! Adrian!
Rocky!
Adrian!
Rocky!
Hey, where's your hat?
I love you!
I love you.
I love you!
I agree with you. Picard season 3 had some great showdowns.
Yeah, many showdowns.
It did. It genuinely did. But it for the reasons that you're talking about, which is that our heroes were outmatched and it felt like they were going to lose this. And so when they were able to pull it back, incredible magic. And that's all you want out of every single scene that we talk about on this podcast, be it musical numbers or fight scenes or monologues or anything. You want to feel like your molecules are changed in the moment, having experienced that. And showdowns are some of the most molecule changing of all. Because as we have proved on this podcast, there's too many to mention, and that's why we didn't mention the ones that you're thinking of right now.
Well, I maybe one of the ones you're thinking right now came up in our Patreon picks, because I can throw you I can throw out some of the picks our Patreon suggested to us.
Okay,
right?
hit me and I'll give them a rating.
Okay, Tom Butler, he gave us 2. He said Akira.
Okay,
and Goldfinger.
Okay, yes.
The showdown between Bond and Oddjob. Patrick McGinley said the rap battle in 8 Mile.
Very good. Really good. I was trying to think of musical face-offs, and I was thinking, I've not seen Pitch Perfect, but I know that happens. There's a battle in that.
That's good.
And then Bring It On has got those dance battles, but I'm not too familiar with them to be able to bring them up. But 8 Mile, great.
It's a good one. A Few Good Men, obviously. You can't handle
courtroom dramas. There was a couple of things I wanted to sort of mention at the start of the episode, which was like, let's not venture into courtroom scenes because that's a topic in the wheel, and those are all showdowns. It's always,
of course, there.
You know, I just watched The Verdict the other day for the first time. Incredible.
That's a great film. I actually haven't seen it in 20 years now. I have to go back and watch it again. I'm looking forward to it. That'd be great. He also mentioned Aliens, which we've already mentioned. Tommy Luke recommended Kung Fu Hustle. Fucking great film. And a film you've mentioned before, Happy Gilmore.
What's the showdown on Happy Gilmore?
Probably the fight.
Punch-up?
Probably the fight. That came up in Best Fight Scene, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah. James already had one film that was both on our list.
Some
Predator.
samurai thing.
Actually, Predator.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said Predator. But he also recommended the Akira Kurosawa film, Senjuro.
Of course he did.
Yeah,
of course he did.
Of course, James. It wouldn't be a James pick if it wasn't
Anything
black and white.
with a fella holding the fucking katana blade in black and white, that's James's pick.
Niall Murphy had 3 picks for us. He had in Raiders, the showdown between Indy and the Swordsman. For me, that's more of a kind of
That's
an encounter, but it's a mini showdown.
Yeah.
He also had one from Kill Bill 2, The Bride versus Ellie Driver.
L Driver.
The Bride versus I'd written Ellie Driver. L Driver, okay.
I know you did, but you're wrong.
I'm probably wrong.
See, my favorite showdown in that is her against Oryuko?
Orishi Yen?
Oren Ishii. Oh yeah,
Oren Ishii,
that's it.
yeah.
There's Yuki. Fuck it. She's up against Kill Bill's Asian Viper.
Yeah.
Copper Top or whatever her name is. Rat
His other one-
Snake. We meet again, Rat Snake.
Snake Bite.
Snake Eyes.
His other one was he also recommended
Anaconda don't.
He also recommended Cape Fear and Showdown between Nolte and De Niro. Kieran Hartnett.
Those bloody 90s home invasion style, like melodramatic thrillers. They had loads of them.
All showdowns.
The Hand
All
That Rocks the
showdowns.
Cradle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking what's the one? Fatal. Not is it? What's the one?
Fatal
with
Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Yeah.
Yeah. It's where
Which
he
was
baits
all-
her head in with a toaster.
And that's the one which they reshot the ending. That wasn't the original ending. They went back in and totally redid
The original ending was he bait her head in with a rabbit. He hit her with the bunny.
Kieran Hartness had one recommendation, and it was Showdown in Little Tokyo, the
not
Brandon
seen
Lee
that.
and Dolph Lundgren film. I watched it it's 40 years ago now.
Anything that is like 90s himbos kickboxing the shit, greased up and kickboxing the shit out of each other, that's going to be Kieran's pick.
He loves that stuff. He really,
He
and I
does.
love it. And I want a list of
He's like,
recommendations that I have to watch.
American Ninja 3, Blood Pussy is a great one, but it's not as good as Ninja Horses 4.
Lara Jackson, she had two great picks. The Princess Bride, You Killed My
Oh,
Father.
yes.
Prepare to
Yeah.
Die.
That's incredible. The whole movie's building up to that.
Yeah, it's so worth it. And West Side Story, of course, which is all about, showdown between the Jets and the knives, the slices and the
greases
slashes.
and
And Don, or patron saint Don, he said his favorite showdown scenes are from Freddy versus
Fast
Jason.
and Furious.
Freddy, he did not mention Fast and the Furious.
Oh my God. Freddy versus Jason. Cop the fuck on, Don. And he's taking the piss. Freddy versus Jason and Alien versus Predator.
And the other one he had was Don versus Kevin. That's another favorite showdown scene, which I don't think we've ever fully had. We have to have it.
No, we have not.
So those were all of the Patreon picks, or at least the ones that I grabbed today when I asked them very, very briefly.
Our Patreon, you can find it by clicking the link in our show notes, and you can join our Discord. And our Discord is like our own private little corner of the web where it is overtaking what Twitter used to be for us. So we're just chatting away with each other, and whatever nominal support you want to give us, it's like the price of a pint at this stage, or the price of a coffee, really, with the way that inflation is going. And it helps us to make extra shows. So we're always putting up bonus material.
Yeah.
And we have about 70 bonus shows there. And we put the effort into them. Not like this episode, but like my episodes.
When Kevin works on. But to your point of what you said about the Discord, I'm being quite sincere when I say I have my Discord open in the background, and it is the place I don't look at Twitter, I don't look at Facebook or any social media. I look at Discord, because if there's anything worth discussing, it kind of comes up there, and everyone there is sound, including Don, Kevin, including Don. No, that's a Discord.
Don, yeah.
That's a Patreon joke, okay? But everyone there is really sound, and it's a great, great community, and I think one of the beautiful surprises of starting this podcast is the little community that has sprung up.
We've said that before,
around.
and that has held true for me. It's my favorite aspect of having, not just on the podcast, but having the Patreon. Is like, I thought the Discord was an obligation thing. You put it there and it's like a tier thing and whatever. But it's actually just, it keeps the podcast alive when we're off researching or recording or not recording or whatever, but it's hopping every day and it is so much fun. Anyway, that's a hard sell for you guys.
So, Kevin, we finally come to that moment. We're back after months and months of being a part of not recording these fucking things, and we've already.
Our version of taking a break is to do double the amount of podcasts.
Yeah, that's it. Do more. Take a break. Do more. Relax. Do 3 times what you did before.
We'll just tell people we're not going to do anymore, and we'll just do more.
Do more. Then they'll miss us if we just throw more at them.
Yeah, we just have to keep forcing them to love us.
Yeah. Just fill up their entire podcast feed.
Here's another radio commentary. Here's another radio commentary.
They have no choice but to listen to us. Well, Kevin,
once again, I'm asking for your attention.
For me, the best Showdown scene has to be mythic and epic. It has to have incredible cinematography, editing, incredible performances, and incredible music. And the scene that immediately came to mind, and I went back and rewatched the film, and it confirmed for me that this is a fucking amazing Showdown scene, is the final showdown between Harmonica and Frank in Once Upon a Time in the West. We have the music by Ennio Morricone, and the stage is set for this like grand operatic climax, this showdown. These 2 iconic rivals finally face off against each other. Gunslinger versus gunslinger. The mysterious white hat of Harmonica versus the sinful black hat of Frank. And Frank has this strange respect for Harmonica because he wonders why in the hell has Harmonica gone to all this trouble to help this little widow and her little problem with these guys who are trying to steal her farm and her land. And we get the answer to that question in a fucking perfect cutaway in this flashback as these 2 predators slowly stalk each other. And the score by Ennio Morricone sets the scene and the camera moves very carefully with them. And a flashback cuts away to a moment in the past where we see how the character of Harmonica got his harmonica. And the answer is a long forgotten act of cruelty by Henry Fonda's character. A terrible killing. And now, years later, the mortal sin has caught up with the sinner. And that's why this showdown scene is one of the greatest cinematic showdown scenes in cinema for me. It is perfectly layered. It is mythic. It is good versus evil. It is cathartic, and it is revealing. And it doesn't get more perfect than this for me. So that's my best pick, Kevin. Kevin, we've done it. That's it. Best showdown scene in the bag. Completed. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling hot and sticky.
Oh. Get
That's
out.
not a good thing.
You should take off the cling film which you wrap around your body nightly. Just, I know it's a good way to lose a few pounds, but just, you don't have to do it in the middle of the summer.
That's just my skin. I've just had a facial, so it's quite dewy. There's not a line on this face.
Come here. Will we roll this wheel?
Get out your app. Spin the wheel.
Okay. Oh, Jesus
Spin the
Christ.
wheel. Tell us what we're going to be doing. It's episode 52.
Ring, it's spinning. And
we didn't really take out the episodes we've already done. I need to go back into that wheel and prune it.
oh God, what if we get a topic which we've already covered? So
That's grand. We'll just
we'll
re-release
just have to
the
do it
old
again.
episode.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
No, we re-release
No,
it.
unfortunately, it hasn't come up that way. Kevin, the topic you get for next time is best time travel scene. Best time travel scene. Kevin.
Wow. Wow.
Dun,
I know what I want to do.
dun.
I know what I want to do.
He's already coming up with a plan. Immediately, he's formulating a plan.
Okay. Listen. What do we usually say? Thanks for listening to us. If you like this episode, listen to some other episodes. I'm sure they'll be good. Give us a rating. Yeah, rate us. The 5-star stuff. That really helps on the algorithm.
That's it. If you don't want to go unsubscribe, which is totally understandable cost of living crisis, go into your little podcast app, Spotify or Apple Music, and give us that 5 stars or whatever it is. And if you can, a quick review. It bumps us up there. It'd be great. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much, and love you for it.
Yes, and check out our Patreon. You can sample away. You can do a week's free trial. You can even, if you want, on Apple, you can subscribe for the whole year for like about €30 or whatever it is. It says it there on the little show note thing. And you get all these extra bonus episodes from us that we love to do. And we'll be back for the very next episode of the main show doing time travel. Oh my God.
I'm excited. I'm genuinely happy to be back researching, thinking about these topics and looking at odd films. It's great. It's great.
I didn't do a tap of research for this.
It shows.
I don't know. Good show. I'll see. Take care.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon.
The Best Bits podcast is produced by Will and Kevin.
All audio clips and music heard in this episode is the intellectual property of the respective copyright holders, and no infringement is intended.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider becoming a Patreon member, where you'll receive bonus shows where we talk about recent releases and what we're up to.
And you'll receive access to our Discord chat room where we hang out with our listeners.
Search the Best Bits podcast on Patreon or click on the link in the show notes.
Right, that'll do. I'm off. And here is a clip from the lads' latest Mini Bits bonus show. The full episode, plus 80 more, are available on their Patreon.
See ya, Mossy. I gotta go in and record another one of these fucking mini bits.
Oh, yes, this is all it.
I know.
What are you doing?
Right now, on the Academy screener site, and I hit play because there's only a few films on it for the first month or two. There's only like about less than 10 films on it. And Guy Ritchie's The Covenant is on here. So I hit play on that, and I'm hearing we're out in Afghanistan, and I'm hearing all the dirt, and I hear vehicles, and I hear the sound effects of characters walking. But when characters open their mouths, I don't hear any dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's
no dialogue.
They've uploaded the wrong audio track. It's like that Tom Cruise trailer where it was just the sound effects.
Have you met an SP?
Yeah, and this film has been up on the screen site for a few weeks now, and they still have the wrong one here. Well, I tell you what films are actually up there for all Academy members to see, and they see what they've put up there.
But first of all, let's just throw to our theme. And I have to say, the feedback from my thank you ballads, it was quite fierce.
The power of Christ compels you!
So I asked Mossy, who is a friend of my dad's at the quiz, sing us a theme tune.
Oh.
So over to Mossy.
Hit the cards. I'm fine, I'll get it done in one take. It's the Many Bits. Or podcast, what will they say? With Will and Kev from Cork.
The best fucking podcast.
That'll do.
That'll do.
My God.
Thank you, Mossy.
He would make an angel weep. That voice would make an angel weep.
Telling you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Boolabus.
It only cost us 2 months Patreon money, so, you know.
Is that all? Money well spent in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get much for €20. Will, you were telling me before the intro that you were looking at stuff on the Academy Screeners website.
The Academy Awards. So for official members, yes. So they don't send out DVDs anymore. So how you do all your streaming stuff is all via the Academy website. And the streaming season has begun, which is exciting. So it means for the rest of the year...
Did it ever end?
It does end. It does. After the Academy Awards, there's about 2 weeks and they take all the films down and then they begin again at the end of August. And they all start coming up. So it's a whole new collection of hopefuls.
So how many films are on there?
Right now, about 10. Actually, 10 exactly. I can tell you the 10.
Oh, go on, tell me.
John Wick 4.
For the Oscars. Oh, because there's like...
Yes, because they're adding in stunt category, aren't they?
Are they adding it in? Is the stunt category being added?
I believe they're adding in some sort of stunt category.
Breaking news straight from an Academy member's mouth.
Because they're adding in stunt category, aren't they?
Slash film.
I don't know. Did I read this in an article? I feel they were.
I
felt they were.
Have long overlooked stunts, and my God, it's pure artistry.
Yeah.
And it is incredibly, well, these days, it's all fucking rubber computer generated avatars.
That's why we should highlight, that's why these people should be getting their Oscars when someone's actually gone out then. Yeah,
go back,
absolutely.
Go back and give it to your man from Mad Max who broke his legs.
Give it to Richard Farnsworth, who was a stuntman and starred in The Straight Story. Yeah, Richard Farnsworth was a career stuntman. Absolutely.
Wasn't that also the case with Machete? What's your man, Machete? Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Is
really?
it Trejo or Trejo?
I always call him Trejo, but he just says, call me Danny.
I was going to say that back to you.
Nah.
I was like, just that.
Weird.
Tells me just call him.